see me.
If you walk ahead of everybody, they're gonna see you.
A car?
I don't think you that short, see.
Babe, 4'9".
It's not
Isn't
bad.
that short?
That's pretty short, but it's not pretty tall
That's
either.
literally our 10-year-old type. That's short.
I was trying to give you some grace period, you know what I'm saying? Like, let you know that you can still walk, you know.
Yeah, but I follow the rules. I don't want to get hit.
See, we got big ties out here, so I see where you're coming from.
Oh, I wonder if people, like, have their cars, their trucks like that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no, it's unnecessary.
Right. What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
Because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
The first thing you need to realize, the first way you can upset a German is just being late. Germans are all about being pünktlich, about being on time. If you have a meeting and it's at 9 o'clock in the morning, that doesn't mean you show up at 9. That means you're in the office, you're in the room where the meeting's going to happen at 8:55. So right at 9 a.m., the questions start going, okay? So always be on time. And if you're going to be late, let the people know, because one, they're not going to be appreciative that you're late, but they will want to know what's going on. Now, another thing that might upset your German friends is if you get a little yiny, okay? Which I like to say is, yine is yes and no, ja and nein put together, okay? It's kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not sure. Look, Germans do not like uncertainty. They do not like risk. They want to know what's going on. They want the certainty of, are you coming or not? And if you're kind of flippy floppy, if you're thinking about ghosting your German friends, that stuff doesn't happen here, okay? You need to be more like, yes, I'm going to do it, no, I'm going to not. Because if you're not, that kind of upsets them, because they want to make sure all their plans are set, okay? And I think one of the things that's important for you to know is, since the Germans are very direct, they're not insulted if you're direct to them. So if you don't want to do something or you can't do something, don't try to figure out an excuse. Just let them know, hey, I can't come, and they'll be okay with that. But
I just gotta say, I feel like he preaching today.
Okay.
He preaching today.
He coming with some good points.
Yeah, he got some good feed right here.
Yeah.
Telling them yes and then not showing up, the whole ghosting thing, not cool here in Germany, okay? So have a heads up. Now, the third way you can upset Germans when you're here is if you assume that everybody in Germany is from Bavaria and wears lederhosen. Look, people wear lederhosen at Oktoberfest, and most of those are actually tourists, okay? Germany is a very diverse country. I mean, going to Munich and Bavaria is a very different experience than going to Hamburg or coming here to Freiburg or going to Berlin. You have such variety in this country that when they think that people are thinking they're all the same and they're all Bavarians with the big beer steins and stuff, that doesn't go over very well. And if you actually know Germans, you'll know that if they're not from Bavaria, they like to make fun of the Bavarians. Now, another thing that tourists do that might upset the locals, and it definitely will upset a few omas, grandmas, and opas, grandpas along the way, is if you jaywalk. And when I talk about jaywalking, I'm not saying like the middle of the road. I'm saying when you're at the crosswalk and the little Ampelmännchen.
You know what? Jaywalking, it's y'all thing. Parking in handicapped spots out here would definitely upset some people.
Oh, yeah, people.
I don't know about jaywalking out here for us. Like, people does
some
it in,
states.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and cities, it depends.
But handicapped parking. Yeah, people don't like when you park in a handicap and you don't have no handicap ticket or you know anything. So
yeah, you
they
can
get real
a ticket
upset.
for that. Tag, you talking about the tag?
Yeah, the tag. They put the tag on it, or they have like the bumper sticker on it. And
do y'all have handicap parking spots?
Good question.
That is because you know some of their countries, some of the European countries don't favor cars. So.
Wow.
Y'all let us know.
No, I need to know.
The street light guy is there telling you don't walk, and you go. I mean, I lived in Germany for a number of years, and when I've done that, like, people really put their arm out and stop me. And they're like, what are you doing? Sein Vorbild für die Kinder. Be an example for the children. I'm like, there's no kids around here. There's no cars. What's going on? No. Follow the rules, otherwise they're going to be upset. And crossing the street against the light is one of those things. There's even a saying, bei Rot musst du stehen, bei Grün darfst du gehen, which is by red you have to stay, but by green you're allowed to go. All right, so just know that, young, old, male, female, whatever, you just know the Germans are like,
I'm too short not to follow the rules.
Too short?
Too short.
Girl.
They ain't gonna see me.
What?
They're not gonna see me.
If you walk ahead of everybody, they're gonna see you.
A car?
I don't think you that short, see.
Babe, 4'9".
It's not
Isn't
bad.
that short?
That's pretty short, but it's not pretty tall
That's
either.
literally our 10-year-old type. That's short.
I was trying to give you some grace period, you know what I'm saying? Like, let you know that you can still walk, and, you know.
Yeah, but I follow the rules. I don't want to get hit.
See, we got big ties out here, so I see where you're coming
Oh,
from.
I wonder if people, like, have their cars, their trucks like that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no, it's unnecessary.
Right. For real, though.
No, we're going to wait until the light lets us go, okay? Another thing that might upset your German friends when you're here, this is one thing that my students that have studied in Germany have brought up to me, and when I've had students that work with German exchange students, and that is, you might upset them if you don't agree with them on certain things, because Germans like to do a lot of research. They want to make sure they know as much as they can before they make decisions, so they feel that they have the best answer possible. And if you don't agree with them, they don't understand why you wouldn't, because they've done all this research. So that's where I've seen in business settings
Y'all got the
and
facts.
group project settings where people have gotten some upset feelings from both the Germans and from the locals. So just have a heads up with that. But don't think the Germans are all stiff and no fun. They will do parties. They will have a fun time with the party.
Okay, that kind of explains some things.
I understand.
I understand, but also with okay, let's talk about social issues.
Okay.
With researching facts and things like that, you have to also take into account history facts. You have to take into account people's life experiences and where they come from. So that explains a lot of times why I'm like, baby, you can go on and on.
So
You're not gonna change my opinion.
yeah, I feel that. So do you guys like put yourself more in the bracket of being debatable? Like to debate y'all point across to make sure that person understands that you know what you're talking about? I just don't think it requires anger.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I don't think no one need to get in their feels about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say what you say, okay, cool. You know, we got this little saying, we agree to disagree. And
Let's
keep it,
agree to disagree.
yeah, basically.
And keep it pushing. It's okay. I love friendly debates. On one of our videos, we had like a long thread. And I had to comment. I was like, this is how you have a respectful debate.
Heard that.
Because
yeah.
it was different people, you know, commenting back and forth on things they agree with or don't agree with, or, you know, trying to understand the other person's point of view.
Yeah.
And it was very respectful. But at the same time, facts are more than just facts. You have to take in account of the circumstances around those facts.
That is important.
So,
that is important. Now, I understand, like, if you're talking about something that you're really, really passionate about, you know what I'm saying, and you just, like, I'm talking about you to the T with your information and how it makes you feel as a person, then, yeah, I can understand you trying to make somebody understand that this is what it makes me feel like.
yeah.
But if you're just trying to say this shirt is green, you can't tell me, like, bro, I'm telling you it's green, like, yeah, I just think that's like a fact. That, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
now that is a fact.
Unless
but-
somebody come back and be like, but before it was green, remember they had to bleach it to be this, and
in
the
the
fabric
two
wasn't
colors.
right, and then when they picked it, it wasn't green, so it's like, you know, things of
Yeah.
that nature, so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
But
that
it's
deep, though.
it's for us.
I don't think it's that
It's
deep, though.
never that deep for us. It's
Right.
like we're responding to a video. We made our, you know, comment. You make your comment. We're gonna go back and forth a little bit,
A little.
and we're gonna leave it at that. If we don't agree, it's okay. You shouldn't try. And I'm not speaking to y'all, but I'm just saying, like us, we're not gonna try to change anybody's point of view.
But if you know that what you know, stand on 10. Stand on 10, which means that be firm in what you're saying and what you believe and stay
Right.
confident in that, and let nobody change what you think.
Right? Don't get angry with the people.
Yeah, leave the people alone. They're fine. If they don't know, just let them be.
If they want to be ignorant, let them be.
That's it.
And one thing I want to tell you, though, is you might upset people if you don't follow the party rules, okay?
party rules.
Because if your German friend of yours invites you to a party, they're inviting you. Not you and your friend and your other
Okay.
friends. No, no.
I like
It's
that.
very much
Oh, y'all got
just
stingy
you are
energy.
invited. There's no plus one. If you want a plus one, you need to ask them, and they'll probably say no, okay, or 9. But just know that they're very specific when they do ask you to come to a party, okay? So don't overdo it. Also, I learned this when I lived here for a number of years, is if you're going to be having a party, let's say you're staying here, you're going to school here, you're moving here, and you want to have a party and it's in your apartment building, you need to let your neighbors know that you're going to have that party. I mean, you don't have to invite them, but you need to let them know it's going to happen. Otherwise, they might be a little upset, which I learned from a lady dumping a bucket of water into my apartment. So just have a heads up on that one. Now, another time you might see an upset German, and this isn't your fault at all, this is their fault, is if you're taking a train on a Friday or a Sunday when they're really, really busy and you have a seat reservation and you go to your seat reservation on the ICE and somebody's sitting in that seat. And you tell them,
don't wanna get up.
das ist meins. Like, excuse me, this is mine. Oh, they're not going to be happy because they got this seat and they're figuring no one's going to show up in it, so they're going to take it without a reservation. Don't be surprised if they ask you to show your reservation to prove it's your seat, and then they'll look at you like, oh, you took my seat. No, lady, didn't take your seat. I spent the €4 to get the reservation, all right? So do have a heads up for that. Now, sometimes you don't even realize you're upset.
Y'all know I dealt with something similar to that, but it was so weird and just like so out of pocket. This man came up to me, he said, you took my pump. And it was late at night and I was pumping gas. There was so many available pumps. It was only 2 there. And he said, I always pump at this pump. You took my
I
pump.
remember that. He was
like,
being
what?
petty.
Yeah, he really was.
Like, sir,
He really was.
go on somewhere.
I'm like, I took your
Go
pump.
go on somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, look at me. The country came out.
Yo, yeah, that was a real thing.
He's talking about a gas station, y'all.
Oh, so I gotta always go back and
or
forth.
petrol. Do they say petrol? I think. You know,
You
putting
guys call it
gas.
that.
Putting
Put gas
gasoline in the car.
Yeah. Guy here
Yeah.
went to back into my car and tried to say that I took his gas
Yeah.
pump. I'm like,
A patrol.
I literally
Whatever
been sitting here
they'll
like,
call it.
mm.
It's so many countries we got to keep up with. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's got me thinking about the street lights, how they call it robots.
Oh, yeah, in South Africa.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Letting people when you travel, and that's okay. And the Germans have a fantastic way of letting you know that you messed up. And that's when you hear, hallo. When you hear someone say hello really loud,
embarrassing.
if it's soft, it's hello, it's like hello. But if it's hello, it's like hello, moron.
Oh,
you're
that's
doing
embarrassing.
something wrong. Whether you went in the wrong door.
See, if he would have told us that and we heard that up in Germany, we'd be like,
Yo,
hey!
what's good with you? They'd have been laughing or looking at us
Yeah.
like,
No,
nah.
hello.
nah, you real hollow like.
Or at a museum, or you're in the wrong bathroom, or you're doing something you're not supposed to, or your kids are doing something stupid. Look, that hello will let you know that you upset somebody, all right?
That's
So
jaywalking
just have a
activity
heads
right
up when
there.
you hear that, because you'll be like, what's something here? It's just a way they get your attention, all right? Now, another thing you might do that might hurt your German friends' feelings is insinuate that they're cheap. Now, Germans are cool if you say they're frugal, they're economical, no problem with that. But if you insinuate that they're cheap, that's when they're like, hey, we're not cheap. We've got money. I'm like, I know. But the thing is if you talk to, in Canada and the US, you talk to waiters about tipping, they don't like German tourists because they don't tip as well. Now, they leave some money, but they don't usually leave the 50 to 20% like you're supposed to. They'll leave like 5% or $3 on a $100 bill, So it is one of those things that if you insinuate like, dude, that's kind of cheap, you'll see them be upset. And I'm sure in the comments below, you'll see those things there. Or you might invite them over to a party, like, hey, we're all bringing a potluck over, bring some food, and they might show up with some Maggi spaghetti instead of something else. So don't insinuate they're cheap. It won't go over well, all right? Just say, very economical choice, very frugal choice, smart business move, okay? So have a heads up with that. Now, another thing that you'll learn very quickly is a way you're gonna upset your German friends is if you try to take their food or their drink. Because in some countries, when you order food, like everybody's food's kind of everybody else's and we can try this. Like we're in Italy, like, oh, try this, have some of this polenta. Portugal, it's like every plate is everybody's, right? In Germany, it's not that way. That's my bratwurst. That is my spätzle. That is.
Hey, bro, we the same way.
Yeah, I don't want nobody.
It's like when we
putting
got
their
our
name
plate and we eating, even our children, we like, No, I'm joking. Not with the kids.
We
But
always giving kids food.
facts. But I'm joking. But whenever we do have our plate lunches and whatnot, like when we eating our food, like we don't really want, like, you know what I'm saying?
Unless it's like a dinner where we're ordering big portion sizes, like the macaroni
Acceptable.
and cheese right there, the
Acceptable.
chicken right there. But if it's a plate where you ordered, the entree and all that, that's yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the kids, they have their own.
They do.
My beer, you don't get it. And so if you go and take some, especially without asking, it's going to upset
never
them.
had
And
that
even if you
happen,
do
like-
ask, they say yes. Just know in their mind, they're like,
About reaching my place?
ich wollte nein sagen. I
Yeah,
wanted to
that's
say
just-
no. But they were very polite and said yes. So just know, they don't like sharing their stuff, okay? If you've gotten this far in the video, another thing you might notice that Germans might not like and that you might upset them with is if you point out any of the eccentricities of the Germans and German culture. So look in the comments below and you'll notice some comments of people like pointing out some things I'm messing up and how they're going to be right about it, okay? Now another way you might upset Germans when you come here is if you recycle wrong. I mean, I lived here a number of years, and the recycle program here is legit. The Grüne Punkt, it's like this little like arrow going around. It's called the green point. They have lots and lots of different kinds of recycling here. So it's not just paper and plastic, it's paper, plastic, glass, different kinds of glass, all kinds of stuff that's out there. They have that set up, and people are very serious about it. So you want to make sure you're putting the right stuff in the right recycle bin and the right garbage going in the right place, because they do a really good job with that, and it really upsets people when you don't. And there's things economically that will get you to incentivize you to make sure you're recycling correctly, because they have these things called a fund, a deposit, like on beer glasses and beer glasses, but like beer bottles and soda bottles and stuff like that. So you don't just throw it away, you take it back, get your money back, so they can recycle it easier. Okay, so be aware of that one. Now, my next one for you that might upset the Germans when you're here is if you drive in Germany not like a German. Look, Germans are very much, we're about our auto, our car, right? And so they've got the Autobahn. When they're going way faster than you think you are, so move over. Because you staying in the left lane, that Indiana drivers, you can't do that here in Germany. You got to stay to the right, because people will pass you by. No matter how fast you think you're going, someone else is going to zoom past you in a Porsche, a BMW, or Mercedes, all right? And the Germans do get upset when people don't drive the German way when they're here. So I do recommend maybe take a class about driving, or watch some videos on driving in Germany before you come, because then you'll be better prepared and less likely to upset and get, not necessarily road rage, but just upset Germans driving next to you. And also, don't expect a really good cup holder for your big gulp in the German car, and they don't understand why. Okay, so leave that there. All right. Okay. And then I want to finish off by another thing that really upsets Germans, and that is if you make Nazi jokes. Okay,
about that.
The history of Germany, the Nazi National Socialist Party that was in power here for a number of years, and World War II and the Holocaust and everything, is it is a stain on the world history, not just German history, but the world's history. And if you make light of that, you make Nazi jokes, you make Hitler jokes and stuff like that, that does not go over well here. People do not like that. That is something that they're ashamed of themselves, and you may think it's a fun joke, I'm poking fun at things. It's not. It is not something that you joke about when you are here, okay? Because that will upset the locals, and I just want you to know that, all right? So those are some ways that you might upset your German friends when you're here in Germany.
Yeah, we're going to end it right there. Definitely don't make any jokes like that. I don't care.
We don't play about that.
Yeah, for real. Don't do that. Other than that, yeah, this is another tipping one. I think we kind of caught up with the tipping culture.
You think?
Yeah, about not to tip. You know, things like that. Yeah. I think that's pretty embedded in our skulls. Yeah. Right, we know that one.
We know. We ain't gonna tip.
Nah.
It's fine.
She ain't gonna write the long note.
I may write the note. Will y'all look at me weird if I write a note on a receipt?
It's used some motivational, inspirational words. You know what I'm saying?
That's just something I do.
It's in her character.
You know? Mm-hmm. So this was a cool video. We hope you guys enjoyed it with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our reaction request form is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.